The Lies of Taylor Parker. Go back and watch my last video to catch up. So Taylor Parker was just convicted of capital murder after unaliving Regan Hancock and her unborn baby. So let's go back into Taylor's past. Taylor had been married twice and had 2 children before having a partial hysterectomy. Those children lived with her mother when she met Wade. As soon as she met Wade, she lied about being pregnant and then having a miscarriage. She had a long history of this, but that fake miscarriage would bring them closer together. So they move in, and she again claims she's pregnant. At first, Wade's family liked her, but then they began to see the red flags. Taylor told Wade's family she was inheriting $370 million from her rich uncle from oil and gas royalties. Her and Wade began looking at very expensive properties, some valued over $20 million. But Taylor could never seem to verify her inheritance. Every time the realtor asked for proof, she had an excuse. At one point, she wrote 2 checks for $100,000. She handed them to the realtor and seconds later asked for them back, trying to make it seem like she had the money. She would falsify documents, changing her name, lying about her finances. She would even buy Wade's mother her dream car. But after a couple of weeks of having that car, Taylor told Wade's mother she had to return it to the dealership because of a recall. Wade's mom didn't buy this. Wade's mom called the dealership and found out Taylor didn't pay for the car and that's why it had to be returned. Taylor told Wade's family that her mother worked for the Mexican Mafia and the cartel and the FBI, and that her mom was out to get her and had put a hit out on her. At one point, she even said her mother was dead. But then Wade's family seen her mother at a Christmas party. Wade's mother seen right through her lies. Unfortunately, her son didn't. For whatever reason, Wade believed everything this girl said, even after she was caught again lying while trying to purchase some expensive land. During that paperwork, Taylor now claimed that she was the heiress of the Blackburn syrup fortune. You just can't even make this up. But when Taylor couldn't come up with the money, she told the realtor she'd been set up and it was her mother's fault. Her mother lied to her about having this inheritance and that none of it was real, there was no money, and it's her mom's fault. And Wade still stayed with her. During this time, she was faking being pregnant. Wade's family didn't believe her, so they take her to get a bunch of pregnancy tests. Were all tested negative but one which was inconclusive. Then they take Taylor to the clinic, where she somehow comes out with a piece of paper confirming her pregnancy. But when looked at very closely, it wasn't Taylor's name on the paper. So one day, Wade gets a text message from Taylor's ex. Tommy tells Wade that Taylor had a hysterectomy and cannot get pregnant, and that she was using old ultrasound photos from her first pregnancy to fool Wade. Wade confronts Taylor about Tommy's accusations. Taylor's excuse was, him and my mom are working together. They're trying to break us up. They're just trying to ruin my life. And Wade still stayed with her. One day, their house burns down. The fire marshal suspected arson. Wonder who did that. Wade and Taylor go to his mom's to take a shower. Wade tells his mom he's going to take time off work when Taylor has the baby. Wade's mom says, there is no baby. Don't risk losing your job over this. Wade got very upset and left. He just could not see the truth. So Wade worked on a hog farm. Taylor talked him into buying 150 hogs. When she tried to sell them, she couldn't get the paperwork. The buyer wouldn't buy without the proper paperwork, so the deal fell through. But Taylor tells Wade the deal's still good. Take those 150 hogs 4 hours away and sell them. The buyer's waiting on you. When Wade showed up, the buyer had no idea who he was or what he was doing. That was the morning she killed Regan and her baby. How was Wade this gullible?